So Chad got her done. That means I'm up. I'm up to bat. And Chad just spotted a bunch of antelopes, so we're gonna get the glass on him. Well, Eagle Eyes Chad spotted a pile of antelope over here, so we got the spotter on him. And old Matty Ice just said there's not a bad buck, so just gonna take a good look at him and decide what we want to do. So I finally got a pretty good look at him. He looks like a good buck. The trick is he's a long ways away, and it's hard to know which roll to go to be able to see, because you're gonna get to one and you're not gonna be able to see them because they're kind of in this little saddle. So yeah, they're kind of moving this way, huh?
Yeah, they're moving towards us.
They're moving towards us, so I don't know. We cut the distance in the truck. Now we're gonna get out and walk and see if this is a buck we want to take. We keep getting close on these goats, but we can't get enough elevation to shoot. So we keep backing off and taking different angles. So we'll see if this angle's gonna be the right one this time. We're walking up this and we just got to where we could see the tops of their backs. And it's a super slow, gradual incline. So it's not really, we're not in a great place where we can actually see right now. So we're just gonna kind of, I don't know what we're gonna do. They're kind of coming towards us, so we're gonna just be patient. I don't know. Just be patient, I guess. If we just go up there, they're gonna see us and take off, so. Set up on the buck right here and had him real close, probably within bow range. But he's kind of young, he's not very tall, he's kind of short. I don't want to shoot one just to shoot one. So plus it's the first morning. We can be patient. You know, he's not quite the goat that Chad shot earlier. He's just short, but he'll be good in a couple years. Well, we decided that goat was probably old enough, but it's the first morning. We just shot one, and I got set up on him, and I thought about it, but he's kind of short, and I don't know, I just wasn't feeling it, so. And he was in bow range. If I had a bow, I'd definitely be shooting. But anyway, it was fun. When that buck looked straight at you, he wasn't very impressive. He's kind of short, and biggest thing is he kind of looked like he had like a baby face. He didn't look like he had a big head and thick neck, and yeah, just didn't have that big buck mature look. So we're gonna keep looking, and it's fun looking. Antelope hunting is awesome, so relaxing. We put an awesome stock on him. Fun stuff. Well, we're just coming out to hang the hang the meat up in the walk-in freezer, and someone shot a real cool bull today. Woo. All right, heading out for the afternoon hunt. Well, you really hunt antelope all day, but we wanted some lunch, and we had to get Chad's meat in the cooler, so we're gonna find something. We're gonna shoot it, and I'm gonna get some antelope meat. Well, this is one of the stranger things I've ever seen in my life. We came around the corner and there's a little, maybe yearling calf elk. She's got a tag in her ear, and she's just chilling with the old Angus cows. She thinks she's a cow. I mean, the cows aren't running, so she's not running. The wildest thing I've ever seen. We came out, Chad got the gate, she just stood there. Pretty wild. You ever seen anything like that in your life?
She's actually, no.
She's just a heifer, huh?
Yeah.
She's the funniest looking heifer I've ever seen.
Oh.
Hey! She's lost.
Just another little buck. Nothing to get excited over. Sure is acting weird. There's something over there with him.
Pretty wild. Last year, came out here and hunted with Eric and Mike DeAnda. By this time last year, the first day, we'd probably seen close to 700-800 antelope, and we've seen 20 today, so pretty sad.
We definitely got to get a better look at him.
All right,
Let's go do it.
like the sound of that.
Yeah.
All right, we got a buck spotted, so we're gonna close some distance and see what he is and see if we can't shoot him. All right, well, we got a better look at him. He looks pretty good. Only problem is these does saw us at 1,000 yards and they took off. So he followed them along the fence line, and so we're hurrying back to the truck, trying to close the distance again, and we'll try it all again. Gosh, antelope hunting sucks sometimes.
Is this him? Come here. I thought we were gonna get a shot off there. He was just back and squirreling.
For sure, right here, but there are people.
Well, we got on the bucks, on the buck. He got intertwined with a few other bucks, and this is what we were looking into. That little guy right there. And holy cow, that was just that was just a big old crapshoot right there.
Happened quicker than we thought it would.
Yeah, dang it. He didn't want to work with us. He's definitely the mature buck out of the group. He was bossing them around. All right, well, we were driving out and saw another buck, so I set up on him, and he's just a buck. He was right there. I mean, I was steady as a rock on him. I could have pulled the trigger, but just a buck. He had a whole bunch of does though. Gonna keep going. All right, morning of day 2. Chad's tagged out, so it's my turn. It's been a challenge to find not only a nice buck, but antelope. There's a few scattered here and there. There's a nice buck from yesterday that had 2 does that had a big old head we want to get another look at, so that's what we're trying to find. He's running another buck off. He's got a bunch of does. We're gonna try to get on him.
Yep. Smoked him.
Hit him perfect.
He's good. He's good. He's gonna fall over right there.
You didn't need another one, does he?
You can. He's
No.
good. Don't worry about it.
Death lip right now.
Dead.
Good shoot.
Great shot, buddy.
Alright, well, this is by far the best buck we've seen since Chad killed his. So he's a mature buck. He's been running this other buck off, and he's got a bunch of does, and happy as can be. My first antelope, my first pronghorn buck. So I'm dang happy, and it worked out good, close shot.
Worked out perfect. You hid the truck from him and made the stock, and he come down in, made a perfect shot on him.
You know, we pretty long stock. I mean, 60 yards, 50 yards,
Something like that.
No, we hid behind this hill, and we got up and we were glassing, and his does were probably a couple, 200-300 yards away, but he wheeled across and pushed this buck away, and he wheeled right to us. So, man, worked out good.
Worked out perfect.
Thanks,
Good
Matt.
job.
Great
You
job.
bet.
Our, as we've said throughout this video, the antelope are pretty scarce in this area this year. There's actually more bucks than does, which is really sad. And the other thing is, they're usually, actually we just talked to a biologist that rolled by, and he said there's usually 700-800 antelope, and there's only about 80 this year. So anyway, the whole goal of this was we weren't even gonna shoot a buck if we didn't know it was a good old buck. And we got that done first morning with Chad. He shot a good old buck, and we spent all the rest of the day yesterday and first part of the morning, and we saw this buck yesterday, and we saw this big Roman nose, and we knew that he was an old buck. He doesn't have giant horns, but he's good. He's got mass, he's got good cutters. He's obviously a mature buck, and the big pumpkin head and the big Roman nose really gives him away on what kind of a buck he is. So this was the only really buck that we wanted to go after, and luckily we found him this morning, and sure enough, he had a bunch of does with him, and he was fighting off another buck. And so anyway, we're really happy that we got to take two old bucks on this CWMU, and just blessed to be able to be here. Big thanks to our friend Mike DeAnda for kind of preparing the way for us to be able to be here, and we appreciate it. So beautiful buck. Time to get to work now. Planting a seed so that more antelope will come. We took a life, we planted a life. Old Indian tradition, Native American tradition. You know, I could say that I've carried this 3 miles and that it's been a real rough pack out or whatever. But honest to goodness, I shot him right off a 2-track. So I got a 10-yard walk to the truck. A cool trick. I mean, really it's probably just meant for antelope hunting, maybe deer hunting too. But what you do is you get a bigger meat bag, and Matt can correct me if he wants to, but you put the meat on one side, you tie the end, then you tie the middle here, get a good knot, and then you put meat in the other side, tie the end. It's like a saddlebag, just goes over your shoulder. So it's actually a really handy little trick for antelope hunting, road hunting, sometimes I guess deer hunting. Deer are probably a little big for this, but perfect for antelope. Okay, so another tip, another good antelope road hunting tip, Diet Coke. Always keep a little Diet Coke, because you know you get bloody hands. It's actually, water doesn't take it off very good, especially after it dries. But look at that. Just put it on your hand. It's probably like melting my skin off, but can you believe people actually put that stuff in their stomach? Unbelievable. But like literally the blood just like dissolved on my hand. So always keep some Diet Coke with you. Don't drink it, but always keep some with you. And your hands don't stay sticky because there's like aspartame and other nasty chemicals instead of sugar.
He's a full mature antelope. He has all of his mature teeth. He's lost his baby teeth, and they've all grown in.
Hey, how old do you think he is?
He's 6.5 plus. At 6.5 years old, they reach all their full teeth, and then from there on out, you don't know for sure how really old they are.
Okay. And that Roman nose kind of,
and then yeah,
is a good giveaway. That's cool.
So
thank you, Matt, for that.
You're welcome.
Bro tip.
You bet.
I just gotta say, and I've said this before, I think antelope are probably one of my favorite animals, if not. I think I love hunting deer the most, but as far as just the animal itself goes, pronghorn are so cool. They look prehistoric. They got all sorts of colors. They're just cool animals. They've been here forever. Just love antelope. They're so cool. Well, that is a wrap on the pronghorn hunt. Chad and I had an absolute blast. We both got good mature pronghorns and had just a good old time. So I had my first pronghorn buck, and this is just really cool. They're some of the coolest animals out there, so love it. Love their meat. It's gonna be good.